Man, what is up, y'all? Freaking um happy Friday. And might be wondering why the red accent lights right now. The color is very relative to how I currently feel mentally. Mentally, I'm in like red zone right now. I'm like not in like I'm smiling, but I am not in a super happy place. So uh let me share this quote with you real quick. The most successful people in the world are not always the most talented or the most gifted, but rather they are those who are able to persevere through failure after failure, heartbreak after heartbreak, obstacle after obstacle, without losing hope. Those who are able to overcome impossible odds and adversity while never giving up on their dreams and goals. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters the most is that you always get back up. Very relative to life, kind of like what I'm dealing with right now. And I'm not in a bad spot. Like nothing terrible has happened to me. I'm just in a weird place mentally, and I'm taking things that are happening personal. Okay. So when you start taking things that are happening personal, you start responding to things aggressively or the wrong way, or like you start attaching this like personal feeling and to things that aren't exactly meant to hurt you. You might be getting defensive over something that's not exactly, it's not attacking you. So why get defensive over that? So like I'm not, this isn't going to be a long episode. I just want to kind of share my thoughts. I'm trying to get some negative energy out of me and then like kind of share that, right? Like cuz that's the one thing that I promised that I would always do is through the highs, through the lows, the the good, the bad, the ups, the downs, whatever, right? Like I promised that I would always take these things that are taking place and share that with people to make sure that I can share that perspective and help people become the best versions of themselves while trying to make myself the best version of myself for not just myself, not just my significant other, but for my community, my family, and the people that I want to help, right? After I get off this episode, the one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down in the bathtub, freaking pour me some Epsom salt. I'm gonna read my book. Um, I've done everything that I feel like in my power to keep myself on the right page, right? And nothing crazy bad has happened. Things like so. One of the things that took place was um, like a few days ago, I failed on my power list, right? This is where it like kind of everything kind of started. So for 20 days, I was super consistent. I was doing everything. I was like in the VT in the learning center. I know you don't probably don't know what it is. It's an education tool course that I have that I use to educate myself on nutrition and products and stuff like that, right? So 20 days into this, I go and I help somebody. I was like filming a commercial with one of my friends, a local business, and so I'm, we're filming, we're doing all this stuff, and then at the end of the day, like I'm exhausted. I freaking get home. Um, I just want to like cut loose, like rewind, like unwind and everything, right? But I don't feel like do and I just completely forget about the power list. Literally, it wasn't that I blew it off. I was just mentally like not there. Like I had given so much of myself, like it's not that big of a deal, but for me that day as an introvert, it was a big deal, right? Like my social battery was like worn thin. I was tired. Mentally, I was tired. But this is one of the things that I live for. So I want to be there for my community. I want to be there for my friends. I want to be there to help businesses and stuff like that succeed because, of course, I want the same in return. I want that reciprocation as well, right? That's what we do. We support others, not for the reciprocation, but you know that deep down inside, subconsciously, you don't do things for them to return the favor, but you know that whenever you do things for people, whatever, right? Anyway, the whole, and it doesn't even have anything to do with like somebody returning the favor. All I'm trying to say is like when you do things, um, anyway, the whole purpose of this is that I was tired by the end of the day. I freaking didn't journal that day. I didn't get into the VT center. I forgot. I literally forgot. Like I tracked my macros. I did everything else. But I didn't do. So that was a fail. So that was my first fail the next day because of that failure. Oh, so this is another thing. On the 21st day of being in this program, you get like a consistency badge. Well, on the 20, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't 20 days in. On the 20, this is the 21st day, the day that I'm supposed to get the badge. I didn't log in and then complete a course. So I have to do another 21 days of doing the courses to get that consistency badge. So I have to start over. So mentally, I was like, oh, I'm a failure, right? Like I messed it up, So that kind of started, not kind of, it started a thing in my head against myself. I got mad. I started beating myself up. I started taking it like I was like, okay, you just can't get it right. And then the next day, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't write anything in my journal. I didn't write anything in the power list, and I haven't done it for 2 days, 2 more additional days, right? It might be a couple days longer than that. I have to look at the date. Anyway, the whole point to the matter is today, I went to, I've been I got back on my training regimen and stuff like that. I freaking, started cycling again. I got the release from my PT to be able to start strength training again. And I didn't immediately start strength training in the gym. Not like I went back to the CrossFit gym today. So this morning I went to CrossFit. Then I went to the bar classes. And then I went and I cycled 15 miles. So like I had a really productive day as far as like exertion, like of energy and stuff like that. I felt really good about what I was doing. But what I didn't feel good about, since this morning, I just had this like negative energy inside of me that like I wanted to expel. And I was like, the past couple of days, I've been like chomping, like, not, I don't want to say just negative, but I felt like I had something on my chest that I wanted to get off, right? Like, and I've been short. I've been short with people. I've been a little crabby. I've been snappy. I've been a little bit of an asshole, and that's just not who I want to be. But what's up, Big G? The whole point to why I'm trying to say this is that, man, the most important thing is that when you recognize these things, or like you can acknowledge them, and then you have to address them and then move forward and then become better, right? Like, how are you going to do that? Well, tomorrow is going to be day one again, man. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to write down all my power list stuff, or I'm going to do it tonight, right? Don't wait until tomorrow. Like the whole thing is that I've always planned my days out before I go into that day. So nothing can change, nothing can alter. Like I know what's on my calendar. I know what I have set up. And then that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to deviate. I'm not going to get away from that plan. I'm going to go train. I'm going to go to yoga or whatever. I'm going to freaking make sure that I get my movement in, my exercise or whatever. Right. So, anyway, that's all I had, man. We're at about 10 minutes. So I just kind of wanted to share what was on my mind, on my heart. Look, if you're struggling, if you are feeling down or whatever, the most important thing is that you acknowledge it, say a prayer over it, meditate on it, get yourself into a better place mentally, emotionally. Reach out, man. Reach out. Times, man, look, don't be afraid to reach out. Never hesitate to reach out if you need help, whatever, if you need to talk. I get it. I'm not always in the best place mentally to discuss things or maybe even pull you out, but I can share perspective. I have no problem. That's why I did this, right? Like I feel like this podcast platform that I have is a way for me to share and get things off my chest and stuff like that, and connect with people, and hopefully this helps you as well. You know what I'm saying? So thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for the love and support. I don't know if you don't know it yet. The shirts are live. The link is in my bio on Instagram. I've made a post about it on Facebook. Go support that. We're doing good things in the community with the money that we make from that, and I'm gonna go forward and pay that forward and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and catch y'all next time. Jeff out.